like a mirror.
There you go.
You just need a mirror. Did you hit the button yet?
Yeah.
Oh, well, I wasn't quite ready for that, but okay. You're a little eager on that one. Over here, I have, first off, hi! This would be Tuesday, December 17th. We're going to be going over Shadow Club here in just a moment. If you want to come around and walk through this one right here, you open it up, there's a mirror in there, and then there's also a contact solution.
Okay.
I got your back. So.
What's contact solution?
Right.
It
So,
helps contacts solve the solutions.
back to you guys. Alright, so starting, yes, open that.
Oh,
Good job, dude.
that cat.
Alright, start your challenge to that, go there, go that, to there, to that, to... I'm going to put this back up for you guys when we get a chance to give you, start reading here in a few minutes. I thought it might make things a little easier figuring out who the different characters are. So I drew that up so it gives you a bit of an explanation. Things to talk about. Let's see. This was with the Shadow Club. While they're out there in the woods, what is it the Shadow Club discovers while they're out there? Joshua?
The place, the little stone place they call Stonehenge.
Yes, you're on the right track, but while they're in Stonehenge, they discover something. Blake?
Tyson lives in Lighthouse by Stonehenge.
Getting closer, that was one thing. They do realize that he lives in the lighthouse by... Right. If you've finished the book and gone past 130, don't mention those things that happen. You're like, I don't know if this is happening. Then don't mention those things, because that would be bad. Don't be like, what about the part where Jared throws the grenade and the Alex look? Don't talk about that stuff. Yeah, you have to go on to it. Blunt? That's when you find out the whole Tyson spying on and stuff like that. And they, prior to that, I also forgot the part, they also realized that they did their pranks, and then after they do their pranks, what else has been occurring? After they do their fun pranks and mean stuff, Joey?
Mysterious pranks keep happening.
That the same kids that they've been doing their pranks, other people have been doing pranks. And what's wrong with the new set of pranks as opposed to the old set of pranks? MacRat?
They're like mean and not good.
Nice. Well, not that their pranks were nice, but they were mean and not so good.
They were terrible.
That they were
Worse.
terrible and worse Yeah.
More dangerous.
Definitely more dangerous and more cruel. Joe? They were definitely hurting people. Then we get to page 94. Jared claiming he is not a bully. I wanted to take a look at that real quick. This is when Jared goes and confronts Tyson, and they're yelling back and forth about each other. Because Tyson, when he finds out about the Shadow Club, what does Tyson request?
He can join their club.
Yeah, he's like, I want to join your fun games. And of course, what do they tell him?
No.
Because what do they think of Tyson?
Slime ball.
And they think he's a little on the ucky side, so they're not exactly nice to him. And so that's when Jared explains that you can't join our fun reindeer games. And this is on page 94. I thought it was an interesting confrontation because it demonstrates something that we've talked about before. At the very top of page 94 it says, well, the heck with you, he said. All of you. I don't want to be in a gang of bullies, and you're the biggest bully of them all. I'm not a bully! I screamed at him and pushed him back against the wall as hard as I could. If there was one thing in this world that I was not, it was that. I was not a bully. I grabbed him and pushed him against the wall again to make my point clear.
That sounds
Irony.
pretty bully-ish.
Why is that an example of irony?
Ooh,
Frash?
because he says he's not a bully, and then he sort of starts bullying.
Nicely
I
done.
have a question.
He's in the process of like, I don't hit people! Hitting people's wrong! While in the process of hitting him, so I thought it was an interesting example of irony. So, Frash?
Ooh, when Tyson asked to join the game,
Yes.
I don't like him. It reminded me of Rudolph.
I could see that, and then we'll get to play the reindeer games.
He just...
Lolo?
Why did Randall come up and spit in his face?
Good question. Why does Randall come up and spit in his
Because
face?
he knows him somehow.
Well, they all know him from school.
Yeah, no, but like...
But what do they think of him?
Slime ball.
Slime ball.
And so, is it okay to treat slime balls bad?
Yeah!
See, that's where it comes in, and all of a sudden you realize, oh, they kind of are being jerky about the whole thing.
Yeah,
So I
he spit in
agree.
his face. That's disgusting.
Yeah, I completely agree. The whole spitting in the face thing would be disgusting. And that was where the whole of them being mean to Tyson just because they think he's a slime ball, they get to treat him like dirt, and then you wonder why Tyson doesn't like you, and you get this whole full circle thing coming
How
around.
many pieces?
Alright. Oh, which took us to the next one. Nicely done. You jumped to my next question. How does the club treat Tyson? They spit in his
Nice.
face and they treat him like a slime ball, make fun of him. Ooh. Then Jared decides to follow Tyson home and finds out that Tyson has some secrets. Baker,
He makes puppets and he wets himself.
there you go. One, he makes little marionettes puppets. And who does he make the marionette puppets of? Blake?
People at their school.
Yeah, people at their school. Coincidentally, the people he chooses are
Jared.
Castro,
Shadow Club.
the Shadow Club members. I don't know if it was just coincidence, they never really explained, but for whatever reason, he was making little puppets of the Shadow Club people. And then we also find out that apparently he has a little issue with this wetting the bed stuff.
He needs a diaper.
Yeah.
Does he always also make puppets of like Austin and the one person Abby doesn't like?
Yes, you are correct. But they were all people that are connected to the Shadow Club in some way, but yeah, it's definitely a little on the odd side. Now that Jared knows these secrets, what does he do with this knowledge?
Use
now that he has the knowledge. Agent?
He like blackmails Tyson.
Nice one. And what does he tell him?
Tells him that if you tell anyone about the Shadow Club, then we'll tell them about Bud Light.
Nicely done. So he says, you know talkie, and me know talkie. Then we find out this other list of bad things start happening. And this is where you have the higher level of pranks being played that the Shadow Club is not responsible for. Like, we're not doing these. Eric Kilfoyle was a basketball player. When the Shadow Club did their prank, they did the whole spray paint in the armpit thing and he went out there. But then the next level up, when the next prank comes around, what prank is played on him? Matt Brad?
He put like black paint all over his locker.
Nice. No, they opened up the locker and poured black paint over everything in there, so everything that he owned was completely covered in black paint. Definitely
What
not
did he
very
see
nice.
it as?
Tommy Nichols. Let's see. Tommy Nichols was the really
Swimmer.
smart kid.
No.
And I think he was the one that also had the tarantula. Was that later? Yeah.
Yeah.
But then the bad thing that happens to him, Lake,
Wait. Was it the camera?
it was the camera.
What do you
And
do?
what happened with the camera?
He put it in his locker. It was like a really expensive one. That was the principal's.
Although, what does he say?
He didn't take it.
And so the principal had a really nice camera that disappears, and they go around checking every locker, and they find it in his locker, and that's when he claims, I was framed. And so this kid who's straight A's, the perfect kid at school, gets booted out of school and gets in trouble and stuff like that. And then you have Berger, who was the kid that was on the band and the music, and they played the prank where he did a little, and it shot out slime after like high school, and they all made fun of him, and then they went to the next level up of meanness from there. Joshua? Nicely done. That's when they have the
What happened?
bus. They put, someone took his, those of you who are in band and orchestra know that those things aren't cheap, and they took his musical instrument and put it underneath the bus tires, and it backed over it and crushed it right in front of him while he sat there and screamed, and it was awful. And then worse things happen, like to Abby Singer and things like that, as it starts to escalate from there. We're not going to talk about those yet.
Good.
And that's where we have Tyson fight. Ooh, and I think we got the part. We found out that someone else aside from Tyson knows about the club. He's not the only person that now is aware of its existence. Ethan?
The teacher knows.
Nicely done. Mr. Green, the teacher, knows about it. And he pulls in Jared and says, I understand the club exists, and asks Jared to do something. And what does he want Jared to do in order to have the club keep going?
Let him join.
Joey?
Let Tyson join.
Let Tyson join. And he's like, what? Never! And I'll bring it back up to her. And that's where we got to with the whole page with her. So now, it's the escalation of all these bad things happening from there. I'm going to give you guys a chance to read so you guys can finish out. And your goal will be to finish through the end of the book. And we're going to talk about the final scenes tomorrow. If you've already finished it, you can come see me and I can hook you up with the extra credit, extra B point thing. Jack.
Can you go back to the brushes so I can like copy them down and read?
What? Why do you need to copy it down?
Because he wants to.
Starting them.
Yeah, don't be hating on him.
Oh,
Alright, stop this.
What time does this class end?